The watch that gave me one more day. What if you had one chance to relive a single day of your life? Not to change the world, just to fix one thing you got wrong. Would you use it to save your job? Or would you finally say the thing you never got to say? This is Maria's story and the watch that changed everything. Maria worked doubles at a diner most weeks. Breakfast shift, then dinner shift, barely a break between. She was raising her daughter Sophia alone, 8 years old, sharp as anything, always waiting up too late for her mom to get home. Maria missed things, recitals, bedtime stories, small moments that added up to something bigger she couldn't name. She kept a running list in her head of things she'd make up for someday. Someday never seemed to arrive on schedule. She told herself it was temporary, just until things got easier. Things never got easier. Her own mother had died the year before. They hadn't spoken in months before that over something small that had grown large with silence. It started as a disagreement about money, about help Maria didn't ask for and didn't want. Neither of them called first. Pride was easier than the alternative until pride was the only thing left. Maria carried that unfinished conversation everywhere, even when she tried not to. She'd rehearse what she would have said, alone in her car between shifts, to no one. One box from her mother's apartment still sat unopened in her closet. She wasn't ready. She told herself that too. The box finally got opened by accident when Sophia went looking for a hair ribbon. Inside, wrapped in a handkerchief, was an old pocket watch. Maria's grandmother's, then her mother's. It didn't tick. It had never worked as long as Maria could remember. That night, exhausted, she wound it anyway, out of habit more than hope. It ticked. The next morning, Maria woke up in the same day she'd just lived. Same alarm, same weather, same shift schedule on the fridge. She thought she was losing her mind until she said something to Sophia before Sophia said it first, word for word. The watch had given her the day again, not the past. Just one repeat, exactly as it had been, ready to be lived differently. Maria used the replay carefully. That morning, she'd been late and missed the manager's meeting about new schedules. This time she showed up early, coffee in hand, before anyone else clocked in. She caught a scheduling mistake that would have cost her hours. Spoke up, got noticed. By the end of the replayed day, she had a better shift, better pay, and her manager calling her reliable for the first time in years. She picked Sophia up on time, made dinner from scratch instead of a rushed sandwich eaten standing at the counter. They sat at the table together, actually talking, no clock running in the back of Maria's mind. For one evening, she wasn't running behind her own life. Sophia asked why she seemed different. Maria just smiled and said she'd had a good day. She didn't tell her about the watch. She wasn't sure she believed it herself yet, but she started carrying it in her pocket everywhere, just in case, the weight of it oddly comforting against her hip. She began to wonder what else one more day could fix. The watch ticked again 3 weeks later, without warning, handing her a repeat of a day she thought was ordinary. This time, she used it to help a coworker, Denise, who'd been written up unfairly and was about to be fired for something that wasn't her fault. Maria spoke up for her this time. Denise kept her job and hugged Maria in the break room, grateful and unaware of what it had cost to make that happen. But the schedule adjustment meant someone else picked up Denise's old shift, a shift that used to be Maria's overtime. Small changes rippled sideways in ways Maria hadn't expected. Her next paycheck was thinner than it should have been. She started to notice something else, too. Each time she relived a day, a piece of the original day faded from her memory, like it was being traded away. She couldn't quite remember what Sophia had worn the first time through that Tuesday, or what song had been playing in the car on the drive home. Small things. Things that shouldn't have mattered, except that they were hers, and now they were gone. She realized the watch wasn't just giving her days, it was taking something in exchange, quietly, a little at a time. She started to wonder how many replays she actually had left and what she'd already lost without noticing. She began writing things down in a notebook just to be sure she wouldn't forget anything else. The watch ticked one final time on a Sunday night, the day after an ordinary visit to Sophia's school. Maria expected another chance to fix something small, a missed bill, a forgotten form. Instead, she opened her eyes and found herself standing in her mother's old kitchen. Not a replay of a recent day. The last real day she'd spent with her mother, over a year ago, before the silence, before the funeral. She realized, all at once, that the watch had never been about fixing her schedule. Every small replay had only been leading her here, to the one day that actually mattered. Her mother stood at the stove, alive, unaware this was anything but an ordinary afternoon. The smell of her cooking filled the small kitchen exactly the way Maria remembered it from childhood. Maria had one day. She could use it to finally say the things she never said. She sat down at that familiar table and told her mother everything. The apology she'd been too proud to give. The years she wished she'd called more. How much Sophia looked like her when she laughed. The same tilt of the head, the same stubborn chin. Her mother listened the way she always had, patient and quiet, wiping her hands on her apron before finally sitting down across from her daughter. "I always knew," her mother said softly. "I was just waiting for you to say it out loud." They talked for hours that afternoon, about nothing and everything, the kind of conversation Maria hadn't let herself imagine she'd get back. Before the day ended, her mother reached across the table and held her daughter's hand, the way she used to when Maria was small and scared of something in the dark. "Go home to that little girl of yours," her mother said. "Don't wait as long as I did to say the things that matter." When Maria woke the next morning, the watch had stopped again. This time, for good. She understood. It had given her exactly what it was meant to give. Nothing left to trade. Maria kept the watch on her nightstand, silent now, but no longer painful to look at. Some evenings, she still runs behind. Some shifts still run long, but now, when Sophia looks up and says, "You're home," Maria puts everything down and actually listens. She learned it the hard way, but she learned it in time for the one relationship she still had a chance to get right.